College sports have been a very big phenomenon here in the United States. People literally get in their cars, get in their vans, drive all the way across country just to watch their favorite athletes play, favorite college athletes. Now, these athletes, they all have one thing in common. They don't have a salary like the rest of their team. Whether it be the coaches, the water boy, or anybody else on the team, they are the only ones that are not getting paid. Athletes like Michael Jordan, Anthony Davis, championship winning people have literally gone off and have solidified their spots in the Hall of Fame in their respective tiers. Whether it be like Tom Brady in football, they literally, when they went to college, they did not have, they did not have a salary that was given to them. And personally, I think that's unfair. Colleges should be giving their students or college students a some type of salary, some type of financial stability. And because sports takes as much time as a full-time jobs, athletes take away from being from studying to play sports, and plus they put their body on the line for these sports. Now, when it comes to the team, when college students are not college athletes are not getting paid, coaches are getting paid from anywhere from $375,000 to the highest coach being paid $9.3 million. Personally, I think that is absurd. That is a coach getting paid that much and he is not putting his body on the line. A prime example of somebody putting their body on the line and getting nothing in return is Marcus Latimore, a five-star recruit from South Carolina college football. He was having a great freshman year. He was going to his sophomore year and had very high praises to be within the top 20 in the um, NFL draft. Now, when he went into a certain game, he played and he tore his right knee ligament. Now, when you're a student, a college athlete, your legs are possibly the most important thing to you because it allows you to be mobile, it allows you to move around the field. And as soon as that is compromised, your money maker or your expectations to get to the next level is kind of like there's a shadow cast over it. And I don't think people realize that because as soon as he did get that knee injury, he did recover from it and decided to get back on the team again, but tore his other right knee ligament. Now put him in completely out of a job, he's not able to even do what he loved. But the one thing he didn't have was the money. He wasn't able to support himself financially or set himself up for the future. He was never given the opportunities. He was never given opportunities to put his name out there and make a brand for himself rather than the college football team or the college teams and does NCAACP making money off of him. Now, if you don't know, the NCAA has a rule that prohibits athletes from taking outside money other than the scholarships. But if you were to take outside money, there is a cap that you cannot go over. There's a cap of depends on the team. It can be a cap of four to six to $8,000, depends on the team. And if you do go over that cap and you do win prize money, you cannot accept that money. And I think many people don't realize that when they go into the game. And literally, people put their body line time after time and get hit repeatedly and then are injury prone. And when they do get injured, they don't have a stable income or like something that can hold them together just in case until they find the next job. A prime example was you just sitting from for example, imagine yourself just getting on that field and looking into a guy who is about 300 pounds and runs fast like lightning. Okay, and you get hit by him repeatedly. You wouldn't want to be put in that situation unless you gain something from it. And these players don't gain anything, but rather than being put on to the next level, and that's when they start earning money. And I think that is a very unfair thing that the NCAA does for the players and the college team as a whole. Now, college teams benefit on this a lot. College teams averagely make about, as a whole college, they make about $1 billion in profits. I think and none of these profits go towards the players. They go towards the equipment that they use, the clothes that they wear to go on the game, but they never get any of that money back. They don't get to personalize their brand. So when they get out of being an athlete and try to move forward, they can't even so much as push an agenda that, hey, I have this brand, I can do this for you. They don't have that stability for that. Thankfully, players have been good over the time. Players like Stephen Curry and Michael Jordan have become great players, but that doesn't happen for everybody else. What about everybody who doesn't make it into the NBA? Do they have some type of financial? Do they get paid? Do they do this? Do they have some type of brand that they can fall back on? But they don't. And one thing I don't think people realize is that sports is just as a full-time job, takes much as a full-time job. Imagine you waking up every morning, 5 a.m, you're going on workout, you're literally bench pressing every day, and you literally going in day out. Like, it's a routine. It is a job. And you, at the end of the day, you're not getting paid for it. Your university is getting paid for it. Everybody else is benefiting from it but you. And I think colleges need to start realizing that and allowing players to start getting some type of money flow in, because hey, sometimes players that are getting to D1 division schools aren't the most wealthiest or most stable, financially stable people. Their families might be going through some things. They might just can't support them. They might not get food. And something as small as giving them about $400 to $500 every week or every other week will be help them solidify the spot, and just know that they're not just working. They're not just working for you with nothing in return other than just getting to the top. And if you don't make it to the top, it's really gonna be bad for you. And athletes tend to be so caught up in their sport that they go day in and day out. They go to the sport, they do all of this, they do all of that. But midway through it, the one thing you have to realize, college, it is required to have to go to classes, and with these classes come tests and etc. And people don't realize that. And these colleges need to realize that these students need times to study and stuff like that in colleges, and they're not getting paid to do anything. They literally go there for free. They play. They earn you X amount of money, and people don't realize that, and the colleges don't realize that. And I think it's time that people start taking notice to that and pretty much start pushing the agenda for college players to be paid. In conclusion, to just say all of this is just that players literally put their body on the line. It's a full-time job, and they barely have any time to do anything else. The least that you can do is help them be financially stable, give them like some kind of motivation to get money to play better. Give them $500 a week. It doesn't matter. Something as little as helping them financially will go a long way. And I don't think people understand that. And it's time that colleges start paying their players. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, guys, y'all can go wild now because I'm literally going to cut this up when it comes to YouTube.
So I think, you brought up a very good point. I think that college players should be paid for it because they go through a lot of hardship.
They do.
And thank you. If they were to have an injury, it's over.
It's over. Exactly.
There's no going back.
And most of them don't even have backup plans, and I don't think people realize that.
And a lot of these injuries are like career ending.
Yes, career ending, like a knee ligament. But thank you for coming in today. You guys are the best.
You're saying that they already have.